The process of starting seeds is almost identical for almost every plant. Here's a list of materials. You can pause this. You can get your stuff together. Here's a list of some seeds you can start in April. Pause this too if you want to write them down. Hey guys, starting seeds does not have to be scary. Get a seed starting mix, or I have got outdoor potting mix. And I put them in some cells. And I put it in loosely. And then I press it down only as lightly. I use the same kind of touch I would if I was pressing on my eyeball. So if you press too hard and it hurts your eyeball, then that would be too hard to press in, because you don't need to pack the soil in. You're just gently kind of removing air cells, air pockets. That's all you have to do there. It's not that hard. Next, you're going to get your seeds, lay them out, and make sure that you make labels. Make labels. And then you follow what actually you're going to plant. So make your labels and stick them in. And then when you're ready, put those particular seeds in those particular areas. And what I like to use are these. These I got from Amazon. I think they were like 100 for, I don't know, $5 or something like that. Different colors. So right now I'm going to plant some cucumber seeds. I'm going to start seeds for them, and they're green, so that's why I do it. If it's flower, so I'll start some zinnias, then maybe I'll try and use a pink or a yellow or some other color. But what's most important really is going to be the marker that you use for labels. Because when I go to plant these, when they're little seedlings and it's time and the soil is warm, I can stick these markers in the ground. But if I didn't use a good marker, then the name will fade away. I won't know what I put in. So the kind of marker I use is called a garden pen. What is this one? It just says I put my glasses on here. This is called Mr. Pen markers, and they're actually considered garden markers. So if you go to buy them, permanent markers don't work. Dry erase markers come off. Pen comes off. Some people use grease pens, and it might work, but I doubt it. I know these garden markers work really, really well. The other part is about the labels. I have used bamboo labels, so little wooden labels. I have used popsicle sticks. Those don't work well. They get wet with moisture, and then they break and they snap, and the markings come off. So this is why I like to use these little plastic ones, and I can reuse them. I can actually take a dry erase marker and wipe over this with dry erase marker and then wipe it off, and I can put a new name on there. I also can use the other side if I needed to. So make sure you make your markers with a pen that will not wear away. That's going to save you a lot of grief later on when you're trying to figure out what your plants are. Okay, so you got your soil ready, and you have pressed it down, and you've put your labels in the soil where you're going to plant them. Then check the back of your packages to see how deep you should plant them. This one says 1/2 inch, and every one of these cucumbers say 1/2 inch. So what I did is I went in and I just poked a small hole about 1/2 inch down into the soil blocks, and then I set my seeds in there. Some people put in multiple seeds and then cut off the young ones. I am only putting in 1 seed per hole per block because I want them to have a whole lot of room. And if a seed doesn't germinate, I can replant. I have plenty of time. And one reason is because these cucumbers in particular, they all say the ideal temperature is 70 to 90 degrees. And they say they are not frost hardy. So these will be growing in here. And then I'll be putting them in the greenhouse at some point. And they will just do their thing. And if for some reason a cell or a seed does not germinate, I can just replant it. I've got plenty of time to replant if I need to. So I set the seeds in the holes. And then I just like to pinch them close, just a little pinch. because I already have the hole and it's got ledges from the hole, the edges, you know. I just pinch them together. Super simple, super simple. Not anything complicated. And then I do press them gently down again, like I did when I was filling the soil cells, when I was just putting the soil in, because you want the seed to have contact with the soil. Some people ask if it matters which way the seed is pointed, like if it's straight up and down or if it's sideways. I have not found that to be true. Seeds figure out what to do. But then I do go through, press them down gently, very, very gently. Just enough just to say, hey, I hear you, I see you. Very, very gently for all the seeds. Once all of your seeds are tucked into the soil and gently firmed in, so they're touching the soil, take one of the packs out. If you've got the big one, take a pack out. Or if you've got a tray underneath, that's okay. But you're going to put some water into the tray. What I really like to use are cafeteria trays, because if I fill up the cafeteria tray, it's about 1 inch. And it seems to be just enough water. So I'm just going to keep filling this up until it looks like, let's see, 1 inch is always usually your first, from the tip of your finger to your first bend of your first finger is 1 inch. So if you're trying to test out and see how much you've got in there, you can use your first finger. I'll put a little bit more. I'm going to put about 1.5 inches probably, because I want the water to go all the way from the bottom and saturate to the top. Let's see. Oh no, actually I'll just do about 1 inch total. Okay, so I think I got 1 inch in this tray now. Looks like it. I'll put these guys in here. And as I'm going about my business today, I'm going to kind of take a look and see. And when I start seeing water at the top, I'm going to check the water underneath here in this tray. When everyone is saturated on top, that's going to be enough water. And I will not have to add water again, probably for about 3 days. And I can put it in lights or in a very sunny window, and they will grow.